So today I'm going to focus on repairing this max heat. It's a 2-plate gas burner, and I have just purchased 2 new gas burners. I've taken the trouble of removing the screws. It's basically 2 screws to get this ring off, and then if you look down below at the bottom here are 2 holes, and this is where the other these tiny screws, this is where they, if I can just point them out, this is where these tiny screws fit into. So it's a case of 2 screws to get the burner out, and then first the ring and then the burner. And very simply, this is a burner. You simply pull forward and lift up, and that, my friends, is the old infrared burner. That will go to one side. Right. Very simply, I'm going to point out those holes again. So there's a number of holes in here, but the holes that accommodate are 1, 2, and it's slotted in order for you to adjust the infrared burner. So I've decided I'm going to do, it is a 2-plate burner, as you can see, but I've decided to concentrate on the one for your benefit, and I will show you. I have just purchased 2 brand new burners, which you can pick up here in the Philippines. You can get these from Shopee. So very simply, locate the gas section, and then simply fit in. There's a hole over here. You simply guide it and ease it in and make sure that it's fixed in there. Then the next step is to align the hole, and all you need for tools is one star screwdriver, or some people call it posi drive. It's also a Phillips. So if I can locate my Phillips screwdriver. So here is a Phillips head. That's all you need. And simply locate the hole and then put in 1, and the next one 2. And because it's slotted, you can arrange it to fit centrally in wherever you fit the ring. I'm happy with that. I like to make sure that the burner is actually as far back as it can go, and equidistant on the side, and then tighten up, and tighten up here. So that's one burner. I'm happy with that. The plate will go back on again. There are 2 screws, as I said, and these 2 screws, they fit. There are holes in these mounts, and they just fit in. You just have to locate them. Once you've located them, it's a matter of just screwing them in. That's one, and the other one is on the opposite side. You just have to locate the hole. Once you've got the hole, you simply screw in the ring. and that's it. Now the same would apply to this side. Again, for the purpose of this exercise, I've gone ahead and I've taken out the screws of the plate. That can go to one side. And again, I've also taken out the two tiny screws that fit at the bottom, and you just simply pull and up. And you can see this as well. If you look at it, the plate is very badly bent, and so it's time for a replacement. Right, so I will go through the process again, very simply. I like to make sure that everything is nice and clean, you know, because these things, unfortunately, here in the Philippines, the humidity is such that everything, all metals, they take a beating and they rust. So, friends, this is just par for the course. It's the Philippines, and we deal with it. So that was one, and here is the second one, also brand new, just purchased. They just arrived today. So I don't take, when I replace these, I don't take this plastic cover off, because it's just, you know, helps for a bit of protection. Again, locate the hole. Once it's in, you must make sure that it's in, that the hole matches. It's just a matter of playing around with it a little bit. So once it's in, you then align. Make sure I wiggle it a little bit, so make sure that that's in. Let's just have a look. That's the hole, because you could put it in here. So very carefully find the center, and again, it should just fit in without any problems. A little up. It's imperative that it's in properly. And down, and then align, get that aligned. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to lift this up so that you can see the other side. This is in, and I want you to see what kind of mistakes you can make. It's very simple to make this mistake. So you've got to make 100% certain that this is actually in the hole. If you don't, then it's all hell to play. So here we go. You just got to fiddle a little bit. And it's such a marginal amount of play that they give you to get this in. I'm going to just wiggle it a bit. Lift this up, down, and in. So there we go. That is now in. That is in. And then we turn it over. We turn it over. Now we're 100% certain that it's in. We align the holes. Again, I push back on it. We align the holes. And the two tiny screws are then fitted into its holes. Positioned. Now, I'm going to show you how easy, when you're doing this job, I'm going to show you how easy it is to make a mistake. So, once again, we're going to take the stove. I'm going to flip it over. I'm first going to take off this ring. I'll move across here. I'm going to take off this ring. Now this is the first one I did. And I'm going to show you how easy it is to make the mistake of putting it in incorrectly. So please be cautioned. I say please, please, please be cautioned. I will turn it upside down, and as you can see, that is not in properly. So back to the drawing board, turn it back over, these two screws come back out again. I'm very glad that that happened, because it just shows that it can happen so easily, because we assumed that this was in the right position, which it's not. So very, very carefully hold your hand on there, turn it upside down, and then align the hole. It's so subtle. I'm going to, and push back. You push back on it. You can feel that went in, and that one's in. Make sure it's in. They're both in. And now, very carefully, turn it back around again. And now, we can line up those holes. One there, one there, and put back the screws. So please, folks, when you're doing this installation, I can't emphasize enough, make sure that from the bottom you've inspected whether the burners are actually in the pipes that feed the gas into the burner. So on goes the rings, and with their two screws. And the trouble with these things is they never ever, if you're somebody that suffers with OCD like me, you can never get this circle to be 100% perfect. It is just the nature of the beast. So guys, that's it for my video. I hope that it has at least enlightened you a bit how to change the infrared burners on a maxheat 2. Well, it doesn't have to be a maxheat 2, it could be any other make, but those are infrared burners. This is for this exercise here. I caution you, please, once you've inserted them, make doubly sure that they are in fact in the little hole. Take care. Please, if you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel, and I thank you for watching.